like Rochester's the third biggest city in New York. You know what I mean? Like behind obviously New York and probably Albany. But
Yeah.
like I mean, everything compared to New York is like, you know, East Jesus. You know what I mean? So, but
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. It's that COVID fatigue, man. Like the pandemic isn't over just because you're over it. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like,
And not even
still, you
over it
know.
because people still catching it, man.
Yeah,
It's crazy,
yeah.
man. I had to do my yearly health screen, man. I was scared to death, man. So I gotta go in here. I gotta get my flu shot. And the thing is
Yeah.
I have to get the PPD just in case I
Hmm.
do end up working in the ED or something like that. So I have to get it
Hmm.
anyway. Just and I want to get it anyway because if I get in contact with somebody, I want to be covered.
Right. Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
shit,
Exactly.
having to do that though, man, it's like, dang, I don't want to go in here. I do not want to go
Yeah,
to
they
this
told me
hospital.
yeah, because I told them I was like, yo, I can just slide in through that little back door that's open near the near the little nurse triage and the vending machines. They was like, no, that door's locked. I was like, of
Yeah,
course it's locked because
yeah,
why,
you know,
you know what I mean? Why would I be able to just dip in real quick, do my joint, and then get out? But
yeah.
um, they like emailed me the form. I'm gonna print it out, do it online, and then go over to the Wilson building. And I mean, you know, you're gonna get exposed either way. So
Yeah, so
might as
I
well
mean,
just
you
try
gotta
and
do what you gotta
minimize it.
do.
Yeah,
Gotta do what
exactly.
you gotta do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
But yo, check
So
this out, right? I was watching TV
yeah,
today, and
yeah,
you know the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion thing. You know how he popped her in the
yeah,
pinky toe, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yo,
Damn
did you
it.
see she got a track now? It's like Shots Fired. It's called Shots Fired, man. She got a track dissing the heck out of them.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Talking about
I
you.
ain't hear it.
So you shot a 5'11" with a 22, and she just going off
Oh
on them, and it's
no.
crazy. It's crazy because wow, what can you do? He put himself in a predicament. You can't battle no chick.
Tory's done.
You can't
his
have beef
career,
with a chick.
his career is over with. His career is over with. The chick
How
that
can you
he
beef
shot,
with a chick?
like he was with her, shot her, and she coming at him. Like it's over
She
for him.
coming at him
It's over.
hard, man. She coming at him hard, man. It's like wow, and it's crazy because she's not even a hard rapper. She just talk that freaky stuff, but nah, she's
Hmm.
coming at him. The song is called "Shots Fired,"
Wow.
and
Wow.
she's just running it down. And it's like, what would you do in a situation like that? I know, you probably wouldn't get in a situation like that, but a
Man.
chick, just picture a chick coming at you publicly, like you know, you
Like
in
you
the
shot
industry.
me, but I'm still here. Oh man. Like there's nothing you can do. Like
There's nothing.
you've lost. You
If you
you like
try,
you that's the
if you try to
ultimate
clap
loss.
back, if you try to clap back, you still a wuss. You know what I'm saying? It's like this
You still look
dude.
like a chump. You still look like a chump.
Yo, that is
He's
crazy. Do you have any advice for Tory Lanez?
man.
You fucked up, right?
Go to trade school, my brother. You know what I mean? Because this rapping thing is over for you, son. I
Man,
mean, like he's gonna have his little diehards, like a couple hundred maybe. But I mean, even before this, I didn't really know who Tory Lanez was. Like I'd heard his name, but I had no reason to look him up. And now I definitely don't have no reason to look him up. I got a reason to look up Megan. Like this has brought more positive spin to her than it has to him. Like he was with a chick. This is almost like the Chris Brown thing. Like, and I've always said, like, when we found out like Chris Brown was out there biting Rihanna, I was like,
yeah,
yo, you don't resort to biting people when you're winning the fight, right? Like it's not like,
right.
oh, I'm whooping somebody. Let me get down
I
here
love
and bite
Bible.
him too. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just not in the. You bite somebody when they all on top of you. You know what I mean? Like
That's a good
this is
point. That's a
even.
good point. I
You
never
know what I'm
thought of that. I
saying?
didn't think of that.
You know what I mean? Like this is even worse. Like he didn't even want to catch the fade. He didn't want that smoke. Like he wanted to chance it. He just went to the hammer. Nah, man.
Yeah,
Nah,
that's
man.
crazy,
His
man. I feel
his
for you, Tori.
I don't. I don't at all. I don't at all, brother. I'm sorry, man. You played yourself. Like, congratulations.
Yo.
You played yourself.
Did you see what went down with Jeezy and Gucci with the versus battle on Instagram and all that?
Nah,
Oh, you didn't
nah,
see that? Okay,
nah.
yeah, it's been big all over the internet. It's even on television now. So
Okay.
basically, Jeezy and Gucci been beefing for a while.
For a long time, yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't find out until this happened that remember Gucci beat that murder charge,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know the person he's killed was one of Jeezy mans.
Oh, no, I
I
didn't know
never
that
knew that
either.
until all this came
Nah.
out. So they had a versus battle. So Gucci, not Gucci, but Jeezy reached out to Gucci for the
Mm-hmm.
versus battle. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
he agreed to do it. So they got
Okay.
up on it. They had thrones on each side. So they were like separated.
Yeah,
So it was
yeah,
like a
cool.
lane in the middle, and they were like they
Cool.
had thrones on each side. So
Uh-huh.
basically, they started and all that, but then Jeezy was like, yo, check this out. So he basically was like, he about to do this like a real G. So he
Okay.
basically was just like, you know what? Regardless of what's going on, we lost a lot of people out here, you know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying, in the game. People following what we do because we're like, you know what I'm saying? People look
Yeah,
up
yeah,
at us
yeah.
and what we do.
Yup.
He mentioned people like Nipsey Hussle, he mentioned Pop Smoke, he mentioned all
Mm-hmm.
them that went
Mm-hmm.
down. And he
Yeah.
basically like, listen, you know what I'm saying? So Gucci was like cutting him off, like, listen, man, are we gonna get to the music or what? He's like, hold on, let me talk, let me talk. So
Ignorant
Gucci
ass
getting
Gucci
fired up
Mane.
a little bit. So Gucci getting fired up a little bit, and he's like, listen, let me just say what I gotta say. Like, oh man, I ain't coming for that. So it was like that going back and forth at first. But
Nah. Mm-hmm.
Jeezy was basically like, listen, man, you know what I'm saying? We need to cut all this beef stuff out. He said, I'm coming at you like a real man. It ain't no sucker stuff. It ain't none of that.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
basically,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? We got all these people watching us and what we do. We need to go on and settle this little beef type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And
Uh-huh.
so now Gucci's sitting there just listening. Then Jeezy brung it in though with a hard track, because you
Uh-huh.
know Gucci basically was coming with that old stuff when he was talking about that and dissing them and all that stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's when
yeah, yeah.
Jeezy like, hold on. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he came
Right.
out with a hard track on him though, and
Yeah.
his speech led into a track. So you
Uh-huh.
know,
Uh-huh.
so since then Gucci, and I haven't seen Gucci yet, but I've seen Jeezy
Mm-hmm.
on a lot of different shows and all that stuff. And he basically, listen, I was
Mm.
just being a real man. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's been 20 years of beef. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's been a
Like,
long
sometimes
time,
when
man.
is
They've
this
been
gonna
beefing for a
end?
long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Since
So
they
that
both came into the game. So
right. So, but yeah, I didn't know that part though. I didn't realize that was one of Gucci boys that,
yeah.
he had killed in that self-defense, and
Yeah,
Gucci beat it for
yeah.
self-defense.
Okay.
But yeah,
And
yeah, that
leave it to Gucci to try and he ain't even feeling it, right?
like, man,
Like,
come on, man. Are we gonna get to the music or what?
come on, bro. That's
But yeah,
hilarious.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
glad
So
I'm glad it ended peaceful and we ain't got, everybody's tired,
yeah,
man. Like it's like they've been beefing for 20 years. It's a wrap,
yeah,
man. Come
like
on, man.
no,
Damn near 40 now. You know what I mean? You're 40 years
when
old. Leave that old stuff alone, man.
Jesus said, "Yo, it's been 20 years." Gucci said 19.
Cause he been
Like,
counting. Oh, ignorant ass. Oh, ignorant ass Jeezy, cause he been counting.
19 years, 2 months, and 3 days, and 22 hours.
Exactly. He ain't ready to let it go. He ain't ready to let it go. Petty LaBelle. Petty.
Yeah.
Damn.
Uh, Jeremiah came down with COVID, and he was
Yeah, I
in
saw that. Saw that.
ICU on a respirator for a while. They finally let him loose, so he's doing
Yeah, yeah.
doing better. They let him out of ICU, took him off the ventilator and all that stuff. So hope for the
Hmm.
best. You know what I'm saying? Jeremiah recover.
Yeah.
Come on. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah. Hopefully, man. Because this thing is striking. It's not just old people and young little kids anymore. It's, people that are healthy,
anybody.
health nuts getting it. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to find out if it's maybe something at the genetic level. Like, you know what I mean? Is this person genetically predisposed to getting this thing? You know what I mean? So Man, everybody just. I hope everybody's just staying as safe as
Yeah,
possible. Wash your hands, damn it.
yeah.
Wash your
No,
damn
right?
hands.
But then that
Yes.
Erica Badu situation where she tested and she tested
Hmm.
one nostril tested positive and one nostril tested negative. Like,
I'm not surprised. That's Erica
whoa.
Badu because she's on. She got some hoodoo voodoo.
Yeah,
She do
you
whatever
might
hoodoo
use
she do. I
you
don't
might
know,
use one
man.
side more than the other, right? You might use one side more than
Yeah, I don't know.
the
Erica Badu got some.
other.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't want
Yeah.
to speak too much because she
She's
might,
weird. She's weird. She's weird. But
put a
it was an
root on you.
interview. There was an interview that we played not too long ago on the show when she was saying how the pandemic like slowed her career down, and she was basically like, "My whole life is my career. My whole life is traveling and singing." She was like, "So now it's like
Yeah.
resorting to other ways to try to
What do
make
you do?
money to try to pay the people that work for me and all that stuff." And for something
Yeah,
like this to
yeah.
happen, she may not have been following all the rules that she was talking about. You know.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's something we don't really remember that, like these people, they're celebrities, number one, but then they also have different interests and companies, and they got people relying on them too, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
they got, other people that have mouths to feed themselves, and
right.
this thing is hitting everybody hard, even
Yeah.
even if they look in the Instagram, you see them doing yoga, whatever. They may have some company where the intern is like, "Yo, I'm gonna pay my rent this week." You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's tough all around.
Have you had a chance to check out that Busta Rhymes album?
Yeah, man, it's fire. I like it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I heard a few tracks on there.
yeah.
It's pretty tight.
Czar is dope, and that song with Anderson Pack, whatever
Anderson
that
Paak,
name is.
yeah.
Yeah,
I know I
yeah,
was calling him Anderson Park for a minute too.
That's like you get no Anderson Pack, Anderson Park, whatever the boy name is.
I know, right? Anderson Park sound like a pop group or something.
So,
Yeah, but the only thing,
yeah.
the thing they give me about Buster though is, he's
Mm,
been in the game all these years, right? All these years, and it's like an example when you get caught in the contracts and all that, because we've been waiting for an album for how long?
yeah, wow, a
How
long
long?
time, a
Longer
long
than
time.
Detox.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's like,
Them little mixtapes don't count to me. Once you get to a certain status, like Busta Rhymes status, like them mixtapes, they kind of like appetizers. Like, nah, that's
right,
cool, but I mean, where the steak and potatoes at? You know what I mean?
right, right, and it's like, I mean, like I say, you come out hot, but it's like, how long has this chicken been cooking?
Yeah, seriously. Well, he was dealing with all of that label. He was flip flopping labels and whatnot, and
Yeah,
you
that's what I say.
know,
It's important to watch out some deals you sign with these contracts, and you be in the
hmm
back burner, especially
yeah,
with
that's true.
Aftermath, especially with Dre and Aftermath.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
be
hold
having
you
you on
back,
the
boy.
shelf for real, for real.
I was
You be
listening
on the.
to Eve. Eve was on the interview, and she was talking about when she got signed with Aftermath, and it
Mm-hmm.
was crazy because in my thought, I thought like she was on Aftermath after Rough Riders, but she was actually on Aftermath before Rough Riders.
Way before. Yeah,
So she was
yeah,
like
yeah,
17 when she did
yeah,
that. Who's that girl and all that stuff, and she
yeah,
said
yeah,
basically like she was just waiting and waiting and waiting. Then
yeah.
DMX when she got with DMX and met some people on Rough Riders. Some guy that was even with Aftermath helped her get on with them, and that's when she got out the contract and went over to Rough Riders. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's like Dre will hold you back, boy.
yeah. Well, I remember when she was. I remember when she was on Aftermath. Like they ain't really know how to. They ain't really know what to do with her. Like
Right,
they tried to kind of make her like a skinny lady of rage. Like they called her Eve of Destruction. Like it was like all
right,
right, that's he trying. They had him trying a little too hard. And when she went to Rough Rider, it was more. I mean, most of them New York, Philly based anyway. That's
right,
like going home, So
right.
it all worked out for her. But damn, man, like it's like Dre's had some
Yeah,
talent under his wing that just
yeah. He had Busta
never did
Rhymes
anything
there.
with
He had
it.
Busta Rhymes. He had Rakim, and Rakim just said,
Yeah, yeah, I remember you had Rakim.
"Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Rakim was
right.
like, oh, man, I can't rap like this, man. I can't do it."
Yeah,
I can't do all this gangster G-Funk
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's like, nah, man, I got to stay in my lane. I'll pass on this one, you
Yep.
know?
Yep. Yep.
But that's,
Yep. Yep.
I mean, it's crazy because some people would just do anything to be in the game. So they're just going to take whatever you give them and say, hey, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. That's what you got going on right now. That's why the music
Yeah.
sounds like it is, you know?
Yeah. But I mean, to be fair, I mean, if Dr. Dre came to you and was like, "Yo, I want to sign you," you'd be like, "Yup, all right." Like, it's not like you're gonna be like, let me hold
Right.
on to see what other options I got. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Right.
but nah, like for whatever reason, he doesn't seem to be able to handle anything that's kind of like outside of his. I
Right.
don't
He has
know, like
this bubble. He's in a bubble, I think, because
yeah,
even if you look at all the songs he make, right? Like Dre, I mean, Dre is like one of my favorite producers of
right,
all time,
right,
But if you look at anything from the last 10, 15 years, it's all
mm-hmm.
about the chronic, it's all about the smoke, it's all
Yeah,
about this all
yep,
everything is about the same thing. And now the beats are starting to sound alike.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yep,
saying? It's like
yeah,
that same, so it's like, okay,
mm-hmm.
Dre, come on, man,
Yeah,
spark it back
yeah,
up,
yeah, yeah,
and no
right,
disrespect, because like I said, that's one of my favorite producers of all time. You know what I'm saying?
right,
But
right, right.
you
You
got
just
to
want
get
him to.
versatility in you, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like you want him to get back to that level, and what it takes isn't really leaning into what you used to do. Like you got to kind of stay innovative. Like that's why people loved you in the first place. I
Right.
mean, but you're right. Like everything is starting to kind of sound like the Chronic and the Slim Shady album. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
And then when you look at it, since we talk about Dre, your boy Ice Cube,
Uh,
your boy Ice Cube, it's like Ice Cube is turning back to NWA. He's turning back to that.
you need to.
He's turning right back to that because he had his run. He started off with that's why I heard a lot of people like after the Trump stuff and after all this controversy going on regarding all this stuff that's going on now. A lot of people is like, why is he acting like that? But don't realize that's who he is.
Yeah, that's who he is. Yeah,
he got into the movies and films, and he did kids stuff and did all that, but he's
right.
Ice
Yeah.
Cube from NWA.
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, they don't remember him from the Jerry Curl days.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
we remember him from the Jerry Curl days. But yeah, nah. I it's a shame because I don't really think Cube is. There's no way you could ever even confuse him with being like a sellout or anything like that. It's
Right.
just he got used. Flat up, straight up and down. He got used by the wrong people, and it happens. I mean, it's a shame, but Cube. One thing I like about Cube is he's not gonna sit there and song and dance with you. Like he's not even gonna entertain it. Like he's just gonna be like, oh, you said that's f you. You know what I mean? And then you're gonna keep it moving.
Because that's what he's doing now. If you look at
Yep.
Twitter, man, every day he's tweeting. He's like,
Yep.
I can't believe this.
Yep.
So you can only hold somebody. That's just like we were talking about relationships, on the last show. And it's just like, it's the same thing. You only can hold it in for so long, and then the truth comes back out.
And then the truth come out. Yeah.
The real you comes out. The real you comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the truth, man. You can hold back for a minute. You can change your lane and all that, but something gonna trigger. Something gonna trigger that.
Exactly. Yep. You're gonna get right back to where you came from in a heartbeat. You're gonna be quick too.
Yeah, and you're gonna snap. You're gonna forget you were supposed to be nice.
What you feel about 50 though? Like was really like on Trump's team.
I think. For one, it's hard to decipher 50 because he's always trying to clown somebody and he's always trying to start some controversy. But then again, I think that he could have been serious when it comes to he's talking about the money, the tax breaks and all that. You know what I'm saying? The rich stay rich. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're messing with my money now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Trump looking out. You're messing with my money now. I think that's what that was all about. I don't even think he really was going to vote for him and all that. It's just something to start. I think he really just was starting another fire.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, but see, then it kind of came back at him because like then the white girl Chelsea Handler that he used to mess with, she was like, "Yo,
Yeah.
come on, son, like stop wilding, like yo, man, he just
Yeah.
made you look real bad, son.
Yeah. She was like, I'll pay you. She said, I'll pay you the money.
Come on, man, like come on, B, stop messing around, man.
Yeah,
Like,
this whole stuff is crazy, man. Just to see how
yeah,
people act, you know what I'm saying? Just to see how people act is really freaking crazy, you know.
yeah, yeah.
Um, did you see the DL Hughley special he has? It's on Netflix. It's a
Mm,
special about endangered species. Like he was going around trying to get petitions to
mm,
make black people an
mm,
endangered species.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah,
And
all
it's
right.
when I first saw it, I'm like, what the heck is this? So I watched it the other day. It's hilarious. You
Mm,
got to check it out. You got to check it out.
yeah,
That
I
new
definitely gotta
DL
check that
Hughley
out.
special because he's going around the world, right? He's going around.
Yeah.
He has like some cast. He got people in the streets. He has all this stuff going on, and it's like one
Uh,
of them National Geographic films,
right,
but
right,
it's
right. Like a
comedy
documentary.
and it's
Uh, uh,
comedy, but it's real situation. It's real. It's a real comedy, and
all right.
it's hilarious. It's hilarious, but it touches the truth. It touches the
Okay.
truth, and
Okay.
it irks some people. I mean, he's talking to
Mm,
like lawmakers and stuff like that. He's talking to them. He's also on the streets. He's comparing stuff. He's like bringing the
mm,
black point to people, and they're
mm,
just like,
mm,
no, no,
mm.
no, no, no. Then he'll bring it in a different way. They like
All right.
fires. Oh, would you save a black man from this or that? And they're like, oh no, I don't
Uh,
want nothing to do it. I don't want nothing to do with it. But then he was like,
yeah.
okay, we have a black. He used the animal. I forgot which animal it was, but he used a black animal.
Uh,
He said, okay, we're trying to
uh,
save the black rhinoceros or something. They're like, okay, outside, stuff like that. It's crazy.
right. Yeah, 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 yeah,
It's
yeah. Absolutely.
crazy.
Right, right.
So
Okay.
yeah,
I
that's
definitely
something
gotta
to
check
check
that
out.
out.
Check that
Yeah,
out. It's
yeah,
DL
yeah.
DL Hughley special. It's on Netflix and it's about he's trying to get petitions to
Okay.
make blacks an endangered species. So
Put
they
us on
can't
the
just
endangered
kill.
species list.
Right. So they can't just
That'll
kill. You
work.
gotta have a reason to kill that dude. You gotta have a reason.
And it'll cost you federal time if you
Yeah.
do. It'll cost
Because
you
even at
Fed
the end,
time.
he brung it to like a city board. He brung it to like a board, and
Yeah.
they were looking at him like he's talking, and they're listening to him like yeah, yeah, yeah. But then when he said, okay, so the whole point of me coming in there is to put black people on endangered species list. Everybody, they pins and stuff drop. They're looking like
Yeah, I bet. I
yeah, it's
bet.
tough.
I
It's tough.
bet.
That's a
Yeah, I
must see
definitely
for
need to see
everybody.
that.
That's a must see. DL
I definitely
Hughley
got to
new
see that.
special. You have to see that. It's a must see.
Yeah.
It was hilarious, but it was the truth. So it have you thinking, and it's serious. It's a serious
Cool. Cool.
comedy.
Yeah,
Word.
yeah, yeah. I just saw Kevin Hart's new Netflix special, Zero F's Given. It was all right. I mean, it wasn't anything different, you know.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was from his house. That was the gimmick.
Yeah.
I don't know if it actually was from his house. I'm
Right.
not saying, it could very well have been. He's definitely got the house with that type of size. But it was just kind of more of Kevin Hart being Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
More nothing crazy. But I definitely need to check out that. So if you want to check it out, you can. If not, man, you ain't missing
Yeah, I'm gonna
nothing.
check out that. We were just talking about checking that out too. So I might watch it tonight.
Yeah, you know what? I found myself enjoying Kevin Hart's "Don't F This Up," his little documentary. It was like
That's the one. That's the one we were talking about. That's the one we were
Oh,
talking
okay.
about. Don't
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah, 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 yeah. That's actually really good. And it's funny
Okay.
because like you get through watching that and then you realize how much of his comedy act is, it's real. I mean, everyone says it, but then, you experience it, via the documentary. And then like he's describing stuff in the next comedy special and I'm like, that's Joey. You know what I mean? Just based on what you know from the documentary series. So I definitely like that over the new comedy special. I hope they do a
Okay.
second season of the don't F This Up because that was actually really good.
Martin Lawrence. Martin Lawrence. We're gonna go to
Yeah.
Martin Lawrence real quick. I saw a stand-up. Uh, what's the name of that? I'll bring the name up in a minute. But I saw a stand up recently with Martin
Mm,
Lawrence. Oh, I was so disappointed, man.
yeah, I heard. I
I
heard
was
it
so
was. I heard.
disappointed.
Yeah, I heard it was bad.
And the thing is, it's like I don't know what I mean. He had a little break. He did. He went through his little. I don't know what you call it, emotional thing or
Yeah,
shut
yeah.
down. I want to be home with my kids and stuff like that, which is cool. I mean, everybody needs that little break, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like when you haven't when you have a image, not even just an image. I mean, your real self. Martin was funny, regardless whether it was stand
Yeah,
up, whether it was a show, no matter
yeah,
what,
yeah, yeah,
and that's what
yeah.
people expect, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
even like the last Bad Boy, that last one that just came out, it's like that's not Martin, that's not Marty Marr, you know
Oh
what I'm saying? It's not Martin,
yeah,
And
yeah.
to sit there and watch the stand up, I mean, it was not at all what I expected it to be. It was
Mm.
some funny stuff here and there, but it's like you're trying to be what you were.
Yeah, right. Instead of adapting to what you are now.
Right,
Mm.
right. Even the crowd is not even into it like they were into it. It's like
Yeah.
he had a
Yeah,
sellout crowd, but
yeah, we can't, it's 2020. You can't really do them late 90s Def Jam jokes no more, man. Like they don't work, they don't hit the same way. And he's old, he's a little older. And, what I've been noticing is like when you hear a lot of these comedians, they talk about getting back into it. And they all say that it's best to start off small because comedy is like sports. You gotta work the rust off and get your routine and find out what hits and what don't. And I heard, I heard this last little Martin jump off. Now, is this the one where he's all dressed in black?
yeah,
Because I saw,
yeah,
that I saw a little clip of that, and just like his tone, like
yeah. It's
it
like
felt like like a family reunion, and like he's that uncle that used to be super funny.
yeah,
But like now it's like, damn, like Unc done been through some stuff. Like you
right.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like you
definitely, 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 definitely.
just want to
He
leave him
does have that
alone.
appearance.
Like
He has that appearance. Like I just went through a whole bunch of stuff, man.
yeah,
I'm trying, y'all.
yeah. Just trying to make it. I know,
I'm
I
trying,
know.
y'all. It's time he's even thinking about he's in between jokes and he's thinking like, oh man, let's see. It's like, come on, Martin. No,
Right?
right. And then,
Yeah.
but I'm going to give him another chance. He's supposed to have another show coming out. It's like November of 2021. So he has something in the making. I'm gonna give him another chance, because I
Yeah,
can't give
definitely.
up on him. I can't just give up on him. I'm gonna
Yeah,
give you another
nah.
chance, Martin.
Absolutely.
Word.
Yeah, he definitely still got it. I mean, comedy, it's kind of like sports, but it's not like sports. Like you don't have to be super athletic. You know what I mean? Like I think he just needs to find that fire again. Once he finds that, finds that fire and works his routine, he's got to, like.
Yeah.
And I'm no pro, but the pros say the best thing to do before you try and sell out arenas and do all of that nonsense again is to do what you
Right.
do what got you started. Hit them little clubs, hit them little local
Start over.
venues, work
Yep.
out your routine, and I think that's why Kevin Hart, like even when he had his little break, he was still able to come back and just jump back into it because like there's a little spot in the little
Yeah.
documentary where he just jumps on stage and he's just like, this is what I love to do, this is what got me here. So he's just standing up there going, what else,
Yeah.
what else.
Yeah. It is
But that's
like,
what you
come
gotta,
on.
that's all part of it, right? That's like
Yeah.
writing rhymes, and sometimes you scribble out a line that line didn't work, let me write down a line that's better, then you can jump into the
Right.
big
Especially when times
sellout.
change. Especially when
Yeah.
times change. It's not like you took a year off. I mean, it's been
Hmm.
so many years. I mean, you gotta snap back to reality and see what's out there now
Yeah.
and talk about it.
Yeah.
If you've been sitting in the house all the time and you haven't seen the
Yeah.
environment, you can't talk about the environment, you know,
Yeah.
you know,
Especially not the way you used to. Like it's a new crowd. You're dealing with
Right.
newer money. You know what I mean? And they may not know about Def Jam. You know what I mean? Like these kids aren't um is up on like their artistic history. Like back when we were watching Def Jam, it's because we had already seen Eddie Murphy Raw and Delirious, and
Right.
that's because our uncle or our dad told us about Richard Pryor, live at the, you know what I mean?
Hold
Like,
on. I listened to Richard Pryor, man. My uncle or my dad didn't tell me. I was listening to him with them.
well, now you like to put your little age out there. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I had
Just
to watch
saying, just
Richard Pryor
saying.
like on video and whatnot, like what I mean,
Yeah.
like I had to gotta get into that early, that like later on. But these kids don't really. I mean, is comedy even really like a thing? Like there's no Def Jam, there's no what was it, Comic
I
View?
mean, they have a few different things going on with the comedy now. It's mostly you can
Yeah.
catch it all on YouTube. You can catch it's mainly a YouTube based thing,
Mm-hmm.
but Comedy Central, they've been showcasing a lot of new comedians, and there's some funny
Okay.
people out there. There's some funny people out there, you
Yeah.
know. So it's like some late night Comedy Central or YouTube. If you go to YouTube
Mm-hmm.
and they have a few different comedy spots that are
Right.
pumping out some new people that are good.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
no names, or
Mm-hmm.
you don't know who they are though. You
Right.
know,
Right. Right.
so
Right.
there's
Right.
no
Right.
big name that's holding it down no more. There's no big
Yeah.
name holding it down.